The world's 10 most notable archaeological finds. Number 10. The Benin Bronzes are a group of objects plundered in 1897 from the Kingdom of Benin, in present-day Nigeria. There are believed to be more than 5,000 objects, which include figurines, tusks. Following a dispute, the unarmed British explorer James Phillips, along with several on his mission and 200 African porters, were killed in 1897. To avenge their deaths, the British Empire sent troops to steal artifacts from the kingdom. Thousands of priceless objects were given on loan to the British Museum, sold to British and German institutions and private dealers, and kept by those who participated in the military operation. There has been much controversy over the return of the objects. Most recently, a comprehensive online database called Digital Benin was launched. It identifies the location of more than 5,000 of the African objects, scattered across 131 institutions in 20 countries. Number 9. The Dead Sea Scrolls, found in the Qumran caves along the northern shore of the Dead Sea, are ancient Jewish religious manuscripts dating from the 3rd century BCE to the 1st century CE. They comprise more than 800 documents made from animal skin, papyrus, and forged copper. Initially uncovered in 1946–47 by Bedouin shepherds who found the scrolls tucked away in jars, they include the oldest surviving manuscripts of entire books later included in the Christian biblical canon. Within their pages, written mostly in Hebrew but also Aramaic and Ancient Greek, the scrolls preserve evidence of diversity in religious thought and provide a greater understanding of Judaism and early Christianity. The scrolls also contain a collection of previously unknown hymns, prayers, commentaries, and the earliest version of the Ten Commandments. The question of who wrote the scrolls is still a mystery. While many scholars believe members of a Jewish sect called the Essenes were responsible, others say additional sects may also have contributed. The Dead Sea Scrolls can be found at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem, though given their fragility they are not always on view. Number 8. The Gold Mask at Sanxingdui. While the Bronze Age archaeological site at Sanxingdui, in China's Sichuan province, has yielded thousands of important artifacts since its discovery by a farmer in 1927, a gold mask found within a sacrificial pit in 2021 is perhaps the most extraordinary piece in the hoard. It is estimated to be made of 84% gold, weighs just over half a pound, and may have been worn over an individual's face during certain sacrificial rituals. It is estimated to be 3,000 years old. Artifacts in ivory, jade, and gold, as well as an unopened wooden box and several bronze vessels, were unearthed with the mask. Studies of the artifact and excavations at the site are still being conducted. The objects are believed to have been used for ritual practices by the ancient Shu Han kingdom, which ruled over the Sichuan basin until 316 BCE. Number 7. The Staffordshire Hoard. Containing almost 4,600 fragments of Anglo-Saxon metalwork in gold and silver, the Staffordshire Hoard is the largest of its kind. Discovered in a field near the village of Hammerwich in Staffordshire, England, in 2009, the hoard includes decorative precious metal fittings removed from the possessions of Anglo-Saxon kings and princes, primarily war gear from the 6th and 7th centuries. Recent research has revealed that up to 1/3 of the fragments in the hoard are from one high-status helmet, an incredibly rare find of which there are only 5 others known. Though small, the objects include an incredible amount of detail. Both Christian and pagan symbolism appear on the pieces and show influences from different periods and locations. The stylized animals and intricate geometric patterns would have carried coded meanings of personal importance to their owners. Many pieces are also decorated with cloisonné. The Staffordshire Hoard is on view at the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery in Stoke-on-Trent. While it is unclear who buried the Staffordshire Hoard, the objects would have been worn by elite, top-ranking warriors. They were taken apart using metalsmiths' tools and, given their variety, must have come from numerous sources. The hoard was buried in the mid-7th century following King Penda of Mercia's defeat and death in battle, marking the end of pagan leadership in England. Number 6. Tutankhamuns Mask. In 1922 the tomb of the young pharaoh Tutankhamun was discovered by Howard Carter in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt. Found inside were more than 5,000 objects, ranging from a granarine fruit to chariots and chairs to sandals and a cheetah-skin shield, as well as the bodies of the pharaoh's 2 stillborn daughters. Among the ancient masterpieces is the 3,300-year-old mask in which King Tut was buried. The death mask depicting the king's face is made of gold, sourced from either Egypt's eastern desert or Nubia, and lapis lazuli, used to demarcate the eyes and eyebrows, from the mountains of Badakhshan in Afghanistan. One corner of the mask's headdress appears to have been damaged, and the vulture at the top of the mask appears to be missing its eyes, a loss believed to have happened in antiquity. To remove the mask from the remains of the king's head, Carter used heated knives to melt the ceremonial resin. To free the mask from the inside of the coffin, he subsequently hung the coffin upside down over paraffin lamps. In so doing, he loosened many of the mask's inlays and had to piece them back together. Recent analysis of the mask's construction by Egyptologist Nicholas Reeves suggests that the face of the mask replaced an earlier one. It's possible that it had once belonged to Queen Nefertiti. Scans of cartouches in the burial chamber, also conducted by Reeves, show that the tomb itself may have originally belonged to Nefertiti, whose burial chambers may still exist in unexcavated portions of the tomb. Those wishing to see the mask can find it at Cairo's Egyptian Museum. Number 5. The Aztec Calendar Stone. The Aztec Calendar Stone, or Piedra del Sol, is an enormous disc etched in hieroglyphic carvings of calendar signs and Aztec creation myths. Created between 1502 and 1520, the basalt sculpture measures 12 feet in diameter and 3 feet thick and weighs roughly 50,000 pounds. Despite its name, it would have been used not as a calendar but as a sacrificial altar. The stone depicts the Aztec solar year, which contained 18 months with 20 days each, plus 5 extra days, divided into centuries of 52 years. The calendar reflected the Aztec belief that the universe had passed through 4 world creations, all of which had been destroyed. The stone was later used as a national symbol during the unification of the Mexican states. The calendar stone was originally dedicated to Aztec Emperor Moctezuma II shortly before the Spanish conquest of 1521. A few decades later, the stone was buried beneath the main plaza in present-day Mexico City. In 1790 it was accidentally discovered during construction and mounted on the city's Catedral Metropolitana until 1885. Today it is housed in the National Anthropology Museum in Mexico City. Number 4. The Swantika Grave. In 1968 the Swantika Grave was discovered during water pipe construction in Swantika Vesatorninmäki, Hattila, Finland. The nearly 1,000-year-old grave contained human remains, a sword with a bronze handle, a hiltless sword, and women's jewelry. Until recently it was thought to be either a double burial of a man and a woman or that of a female warrior. Studies conducted within the past year, however, have revealed that it was the grave of an individual who had been laid on a feather blanket, wearing furs and feminine clothing, with the hiltless sword on the left hip. DNA analysis conducted at the University of Helsinki found evidence of Klinefelter syndrome, in which a person carries XXY sex chromosomes, rather than the usual XX for females or XY for males. Judging from the objects found at the site, experts believe this person, an individual whose identity existed outside the gender binary, was a valued and respected member of the community. Number 3. Skeleton couple from 1,500 years ago discovered in Eternal Love, Embrace Together. True love has seemingly been found, in the form of an embrace 15 centuries ago. Archaeologists in northern China discovered 2 ancient skeletons holding each other with their arms wrapped around the other's waist and the woman pressed up against the man's shoulders. According to the South China Morning Post, the remains likely belonged to a man and woman from the Northern Wei period, 1,500 years ago, when Buddhism was heightening. The message was clear: husband and wife lay together, embracing each other for eternal love during the afterlife, the authors in the International Journal of Osteoarchaeology wrote. Burials of love and burials with love must be abundant. However, evidence of direct materialization of love in burials, such as Taj Mahal, has been rare, and rarer in skeletal forms. Number 2. World's oldest pet cemetery discovered in ancient Egypt. Archaeologists in Egypt have discovered the oldest pet cemetery on record, a nearly 2,000-year-old burial ground filled with well-loved animals, including the remains of cats and monkeys still wearing collars stringed with shell, glass and stone beads, a new study finds. Ancient Egyptians are known for mummifying countless animals to honor the gods, but this cemetery is different, said study lead researcher Marta Osipinska, a zooarchaeologist at the Polish Academy of Sciences in Warsaw. Unlike some mummified animals that were interred at other sites, sometimes through starvation or a snapped neck, none of the creatures in this cemetery, located on the outskirts of the Red Sea port of Berenice, showed signs that they had died at the hands of people. Number 1. Tikal, Guatemala. Tikal is home to the ruins of a powerful Maya city that flourished from around AD 300 to 800. Nestled in the depths of the Guatemalan rainforest, this magnificent settlement was once inhabited by more than 60,000 people and covered an area of at least 47 square miles, making it one of the largest pre-Columbian cities. Among Tikal's unearthed structures are palaces, step pyramid temples, and ball courts. Though a wealth of information about the city has been decoded from stelae, monoliths covered in hieroglyphs, archaeologists still don't have any clues as to the cause of Tikal's decline. Was it drought, disease, war, or something else altogether?
So that was all for today's video. Let us know what you think about it in the comments section, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest uploads. With that said, we will see you next time. Until then, take care.